Alright guys, to give you an idea of what is going on here, this is the primary mechanism of the FX Maverick. As you can see, the power plenum, the barrel would go through here, blah, 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 out there, bottle, regulators, all the cool stuff. Here's the chassis. And this is the actual barrel liner. So this is the 500 millimeter Smooth Twist X Superior liner that goes into the latest FX Airguns in the Maverick. And we are cutting this down. So Rick is working on the lathe over there. And we are taking the housing, cutting it down first. Gonna run our own threads so that we can make sure that we can put the DonnyFLs back on there. This is gonna be going on. And basically this is just gonna come out just past the bottle to make a super compact 250 millimeter barrel on this FX Maverick. And that is what we're trying to do. So Rick is modifying some parts. We're gonna do some light machining on some things just to make sure everything fits correctly. And this is the best place to do it. Best custom work in the whole world.
So see, you've got an O-ring.
What are you doing?
Thinking. It's very hard for some of us. And this, boys and girls, is how you destroy a nice, perfect FX liner. You gonna catch it?
Smooth as butter. So what is this doing?
Crowning the barrel. Don't judge me because I'm not using a forejaw. If any of you know what that means. It'll be plenty accurate. It just speaks as to the quality of the FX liner that I don't need to use a four-jaw chuck because they're manufactured so precisely.
All right, guys, so here we have it. The official position of the barrel, the housing. The overall length is 11 inches on the barrel, so it's 280 millimeters. So a little bit bigger than the 250 that we were guessing. But, yeah, 280, custom. Let's see if the old Koi will fit on there. We measured this. We should have 3 thousandths clearance on this portion.
And a tiny gap between the moderator. Look at that.
Beauty.
Watch your face.
Okay, so in order to make this fit, we were gonna machine out the diameter to make it smaller, but there was so little material connecting that we wouldn't have enough room, so we just had to cut off some of the Picatinny rail attachment that goes on that, and we're just finishing up the details of rounding that out, getting into a good position so that it will fit. All right, Rick's getting safety glasses, but here's what we are doing. So we had to clamp this into here, and now we're going to drill out this section to make it a little bit wider. You can see where it comes in, where the diameter gets a little bit more narrow. I'm gonna try and mill that out, and hopefully that will sit on top or flush of the Donny. But right now you can see, thanks to Rick, that it's got a little bit more to go before it will sit in there flush. So here's what we're looking at right now. Rick did a customization on the shroud, which was normally about this long, the whole length. Anyway, did his wizardry, got that going. So this is the overall length of the gun now, which I'm really digging. And now we're just trying to figure out how to reattach this part of the rail with the Picatinny for the scope mount, because as you can see, the Donny is slightly larger in diameter than the shroud, and it's just enough to where the scope rail won't sit back on here flush, and we're gonna have to figure out how to cut that down so it will fit, and then we can mount that back on and then reattach the scope and have a custom 280mm barrel FX Maverick. All right, guys, so it finally fits like a glove. But here's what the wizard had to do. So like I said, we had to cut these this section of the Picatinny rails off, and then he had to machine out this part so that the Donny could fit, and so this would fit flush over it. So we have this little custom shroud, little vent hole, and it fit over that already, but this is just barely larger than the shroud, so we had to hollow that out a bit. So anyway, very nice work, very well done machining, as you can see by that guy. Oh no, it's blurry. All right, guys, well, here is the final product with the custom barrel. I could re-anodize this stuff later, but not really a huge priority to me. It's the functionality. The finished product, just because we had to call a couple audibles. As you can see, the bottle sticks out just barely past, but it really is no issue at all. Super compact, 28 inches overall length from the furthest point of my adjustable buttstock here. And yeah, this thing is dope. So it shoulders very, very well, and still pretty freaking accurate. So this gun has been used primarily for close range stuff anyway. Once I work on a final tune, right now I'm still just having it on low power. I'm sure I could get this to be shooting even better groups, and I can still push the power pretty high as well. Alright guys, so I just did a little bit of testing with the 280 millimeter barrel in the Maverick that we just customized, and I did an 8-shot group. Did some siders just to see where stuff was hitting, and then I had 8 rounds left in the magazine, so I emptied the rest of the magazine. 35 yards, and here's what we're looking at. I wasn't super stable, to be honest with you, so shooting off a bench, this could be a lot better, but that's 35 yards, and that's 8 shots right there. So there's my thumb, and that's pretty dang good. So if we take attack, put it right here, I'm dang near shooting attack every time with the, basically it's 11-inch barrel, so 280 millimeters. Anyway, so there you go, PJ Clark, all the other people who are curious about the accuracy. But that's just real basic settings, no tuning, just out of the box, if you will, with a new 280 millimeter barrel on there. So pretty dang sweet, if you ask me. I'll do some fine tuning with this later, but as for now, low power, you know, MOA groups roughly at 35 yards. I'm not shooting much further than that anyway. This will do. But yeah, so thanks for checking out this video. If you liked it, let me know. And if you want to do some custom stuff, you should hit up Rick from RMP Airguns, because the dude is a freaking legend. But I think it looks pretty great.